So when you talk about a citizenship that you cannot renounce, it could have some major implications on your life, on your family's lives. And if you top it up with something like a citizenship based taxation that haunts you, or rather, let's say it follows you all your life, no matter how many citizenships you have, no matter where you are, you either have to pay taxes, at least file your taxes with that particular country which imposes a citizenship based taxation on you. Your options are really none because there is no escape in that scenario. When you combine these two things together, things could be catastrophic. So wanted to make sure that I address some of the developments that are happening, and obviously it helps you understand what could be the ramifications. Should you go for some of these options? Should you avoid such options, etc.? But before we deep dive into this, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure to go ahead and subscribe. And if you like the kind of content I create, give me a thumbs up so it helps the channel grow. It helps me get you more valuable content. All right, first I'm going to discuss Argentina, right? And then I'm going to discuss US. Now with Argentina, you have this unique situation, right? Hardly with any other country in the world. Here, you cannot renounce your passport. This is a one-way street. You get into it, but you cannot get out. Once you have the citizenship, you're stuck with this for life. It's not easy to get rid of it, or let's say it's not even possible in a lot of cases to get rid of it. Now, this is a double-edged sword because if you look at some of the positives, this could be used as a hack to crack some countries where they don't allow dual citizenship. Now, when a country does not allow dual citizenship, at least the good part is you don't get that citizenship, right? You avoid that citizenship if you want to have multiple options, multiple passports, but it's possible to get rid of it if you already have it. With a country that does not allow you to renounce, it's a big situation, right? If you don't like the country, you stop believing in it, you want to wash off your hands and leave the citizenship, give up the citizenship and be free, you should have that option. Looking at a country where you don't have that option anymore in your life, it could be challenging, it could be a hard pill to swallow. And a lot of expats know the importance of what I'm talking about, so they're going to be very, very careful with the step they take in this situation. I had made a video about how this can be used with various countries. A classic example would be South Korea, where you provide documentation of the fact that you cannot renounce your Argentinian citizenship. In that scenario, you could keep dual citizenship potentially. If you've missed that video, you can go back to the library and search for that video. It talks about how this could work out. But on the flip side, let's say Argentina wants to follow the path of the US, right? It wants to take that route of citizenship-based taxation. A lot of countries, Canada including, a lot of Western countries are looking at citizenship-based taxation model of the US. It's a very successful model where they keep taxing citizens across the globe. They make a lot of money. And at the end of the day, politicians are concerned with more money and not less money. So they'll do whatever they can to impose rules and regulations which will increase the revenue. And US particularly doing it sets the path. If the leader is doing it, then the rest of the Western countries are just mimicking, right? Trying to mimic whatever the US does. So let's say Argentina follows suit. Milei is a very charged up individual. He's an extreme right winger. Let's say he flips, he wants to copy the US blindly, puts in a citizenship based taxation. Now, in this situation, if this happens, then you're talking about a citizenship which is going to tax you wherever you are in the world. And it's a citizenship that you can never renounce. So you're locked in it, you're jailed in it. Now, let me not say jailed because, again, a lot of people would want to go for this. So to keep things balanced, let's say you're locked in this, right? You cannot renounce this. And if citizenship-based taxation were to happen, you have no option. You have to keep reporting stuff all your life. So my verdict on Argentina, should you go for this, should you not go for this? This is a smack bang 50-50 situation. Some people feel they're not going to be able to enforce anything, but that's not the point, right? If you become a cheater once, you're a cheater always. Just because they can or cannot enforce, you can't base your strategies off of that. If you are a true expat, then you want to keep things legal, you want to follow all the rules, that's the right thing to do, and it does not hurt, right? You have the rules, play with the rules as much as you can, but follow them. Get more rules in your favor, so you're more strong, you have more permutation combinations to work with. Unnecessarily creating a web or a situation where you're not following the rules or basing your strategies on what they can or cannot do, and doing illegal stuff is never the right approach. Now let's take an example of the US. Now US already has the citizenship based taxation. Now during the pandemic, we all saw how hard, how difficult, how almost next to impossible renunciation was in some of these Western countries, where you're not getting appointments. People were running from one consulate to the other, one embassy to the other, trying to get the appointment. The prices had gone up and the appointments had gone down. Now, of course, at the end of the day, no matter how hard they make it based on the circumstances, but there is a fundamental constitutional provision. There's a right where you should be able to renounce the citizenship. So unless there's a major overhaul, I don't think they're going to make it impossible for people to not renounce that citizenship. I think that's going to stay. I don't see an immediate threat to that. Now, with the US, again, I feel this is a 50-50 option. Half the people are going to think it's worth it. You get more money, you succeed more. Whatever you do, you're earning more in the US. There are more opportunities, not only for a job, but also business. It's a beautiful country, a lot of options, a lot of variety. And the way of life, right? The American dream, the American way of life. So 50% of the people are going to want that. They're going to be okay with that citizenship-based taxation issue. That's a trade-off. That's the price that you pay for one of the best options in the world. And then there are going to be those other 50% people which are either going to be priced out of the situation. They can no longer afford it. They find European countries, poorer European countries, more livable, more affordable, better quality of life and whatnot. So you're going to have those type of people move out of the US. And some people just don't care about the life quality. All they care about is the money and how much tax you're paying. So those kind of people are going to keep advocating how bad of an option it is, never get it, use common sense, don't get this one, etc. So there are different kind of people and different strokes for different folks. So it all depends upon your personality, what life you want for yourself, your family. Overall, I think the US citizenship is far better than the Argentinian citizenship. With Argentina, you just got to be a little careful and watchful with what you're doing. Now, there are a ton of other citizenships and different residencies that get you citizenships that I work with my clients. If you are interested in getting started with your option right away, you can click the link in the description, book a call. We can discuss what is the best and the easiest and the fastest in your particular situation and get you started with one of our attorneys. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed. And if you are interested in 15 citizenships that you can get right away, including CBIs and non-CBIs, hop onto this video. Talks about all the 15 citizenships that you can start right now if you qualify. Catch you in this one.